All right, Ruthless Nation. What's happening? Here it is. Ruthless Pro Series going to be taking on Texas right here tonight. And I'm all ready. And I think my join message is about to be here. All right, yep, just waiting on that join message, and we will be good to go. We're going to be at the bigger end 250 from Texas, right here, Ruthless Racing Pro Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. You know what it is. Thursday night, NASCAR action. All right, here we go. We're getting going. Billy Holcomb will start off on the pole tonight. New pole sitter for the first time in a couple weeks. Typical will be outside of him. Henson Racing inside at third. Sorry I did not get fourth and fifth in there. I think Death Before Dishonor up into that top five group. This is the bigger end 250 from Texas. As you know, everything is bigger in Texas. At least that's what they say. Ravioli, ravioli, give me the Amaroli. And, you know, I mess with that. I like that. Welcome. You're good in my book. Good people. But good start here to the beginning of this one. We've got some door-to-door racing. And Billy Holcomb holding on to the lead for now. So, see the non-car slowpoke racer going to make a debut out here in the Pro Series. Slowpoke trying to hold on to all the positions that he can. Henson right here in third. Big shout out to the Tuesday race, guys. We had Court Mob get his first win in the 51, so congratulations to him. Tuesday didn't get to have post-race interviews. So yeah, good on Cork in his first win. I believe second place went to Inaltown, and third went to Ed, though. And that was his first top three in the Pro-Am Series for Ed, so good on him. Congratulations to those three guys on Tuesday. Nonetheless, good pack racing up front here. Death Before Dishonor has got his nose up here. There is your Tuesday race winner, Court Mob, same car. Out here, maybe trying to get it done again. Sniper, right to this day, is the only driver to take the Tuesday and Thursday series in the same week. Andrea has, yeah, she's got the sayings down. Good racing out of these guys, though. As we look back towards the back, we got some guys. Got Hollywood all the way back here tonight. Wonder what's going on with him. But Mr. Holcomb still leading the field. There's a good group of them up here already. Top four is nose to tail, and fifth. And the 5th through 10th isn't far behind them, let me tell you. Also, shout out to Superflow Racing 2811 on YouTube for the stream tonight. Remember, like the stream if you're watching. It's greatly appreciated. Up to 825 subscribers. Once again, many more than I thought I'd ever get. So thanks to all of Ruthless Nation, Ruthless Universe, for all the support. And I agree, this is better racing than in real life Texas. As these four right here have got it strapped down. And 5th and 6th, cork off the wall. He was able to not go mowing the grass, but he did not get left unharmed as he lost, I believe, 4 or 5 spots on that. Maybe just 4. Here's what Death Before Dishonor's seeing up there in 4th. Yes, greatly appreciate it if everybody would like the stream. Once again, thanks Superflow Racing for the stream for in-race information. Like 42 laps will be remaining in stage number 1 when they get to the line. If we stay green flag racing in every stage tonight, each stage will require 2 pits to get through it, and that is sanctioned by law, state law, that is. And yeah, so 2 pits every stage. And if it stays green, that means the field is, you know, these guys have been known for some good green flag pit stops, pit multiple laps away from each other, and still be like this close whenever the cycle comes back through. Like, it's insane. Henson could pit right now, and then 8 laps later, Typical pit, and then when Typical comes out, he will be in catching distance or right with Henson, or the whole group in general. It's just absolutely insane out here whenever these guys perform these green flag pit stops. And Billy has led, I believe, every lap out here thus far tonight. Maybe trying to look at being one of the new Ruthless winners. Typical in that 2 car is one that does not lose very often. And, yeah, Billy's a good racer, so we'll see if he's able to challenge that little bit of a crown that Typical has. See these guys glued to that corner. As I heard Monkey Wind say one time, I could repaint that stripe if I had a brush out the window. Take a quick look back through here, see how these guys, they've spread out. All the racing is at the front for the moment, as we'll jump on back through the field a little more. See, everybody is spaced out fairly evenly. And it seems like all of the racing may be happening at the front. Hollywood, though, has found some cars to race around now. Oh yeah, Nascarillo has joined us as well as he makes his first start, his debut, if you will, in the 12. And back up to the leader is Billy Holcomb, as we're going to step aside for a quick break. The racing will still be on screen, but this is your Bigger End 250 from Texas, sponsored by SKU Car. Everything's bigger in Texas, if you know what I mean. Alright, everybody, we are back from our... If this was 5, that Coke Zero ad we played. That's right. Bonk, 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 bonk. I know what you're talking about. I kind of hate that commercial, to be honest. Yeah! Is it the best Coke ever? I don't know. I drink it from time to time. I've had better Coke. Alright, Henson and Death Before Dishonor. Seems like there was some discrepancy there over that third place position. Oh, there goes Henson to the pits. Interesting. So one of his pit stops is already complete. Here comes another one down pit road with him. Big Ben already in there getting his service. Alex came down to get him some service. Also a Tuesday night racer. G-Dog still remains on track. So does Monkey Win, Smitty, Hollywood. Oh, Nascarillo on his debut blows the freaking Roush engine all to pieces. I'm sure Roush still makes those Ford engines. Alright, so here is the top 3. They're getting kind of spacey. A couple of them going to pit. I think Typical is going to stay out. Billy pitting, I'm not sure. Death Before Dishonor, I believe, is pitting this lap. There goes Billy, slow, Typical by, and Death Before Dishonor into the pit. Both look like they got in there real nice. Here comes a couple more. Look like the 9 and the 66. That would be Slowpoke and Dunlap. Typical, your leader remains out on the track. And then goes Typical down for his service. Henson with the earlier one of the pit stops. I think that he might, yeah, unfortunate, really, daggone engine just gave out like that. But on the bright side, you are now a viewer. So there you go. Race off pit road. It's got Death Before Dishonor up the track a little bit, but I think he collects it lead to Henson. So there we go. That's what I mean about these green flag stops. These guys pit on multiple or different laps, and then here they are, the battle for the lead right back. It's a little different now, but Henson out there on a couple laps, more worn tires, and another pit stop is looming. Henson learns on this pit stop that his lead is not as great as he would like, because there's Typical coming off pit road. He's going to cycle back to possibly 4th out of these top 4 that pit. Typical, though, he's bringing it door to door here with Death Before Dishonor, and this is all on the cycle through off the pits. Typical has just got out of the pits on the backstretch, and here he is. He is now took 3rd place from a car on a little more worn tire. Henson out there basically a sitting duck on this run, but what did he learn for the next run? He pitting, that much earlier, he only held on. He's only going to hold on to the lead for maybe a lap or 2. And, if he's looking for those stage points, that's something. If he's wanting the winning stage points, that's something, maybe a strategy he won't use later on. So there goes Typical to the inside on Billy after Henson cycles back to 4th. And it is Typical who leads the lap. Billy was the leader before the pits, and now Typical is the leader. He does have the fresher Goodyear of all of these 3 drivers. Henson with the most worn of the tires. Another pit is required, and here's something Henson's learning. Maybe that early pit wasn't it. That tire is just not going to be able to keep up with these three. It's good to see that 5-car Death Before Dishonor up here in the top 3, battling real good. I know he's a real good racer in other leagues and gets a lot of wins, but that's just something I've not seen him transition over into the Ruthless side of things. And, you know, he's always a threat to win a race, so Death Before Dishonor. So we get him on screen there, driving the ChevyGoods.com, number 5. So Henson, as you can see, he paid the price on this pit strategy. He did cycle through to the lead for about a lap. Now, a real late race situation, that might have been a real good move. Could just been a learning point for the 18 on that pit stop. Could be gauging how these runs are going to be, but the time he's going to lose on this front pack on this run is going to be almost unreachable. Let's wait and see if somebody came out of 4 real crazy. Good racing though out of this Pro Series. No cautions thus far, and that was not the case on Tuesday. We had several cautions, so this could be a long stretch race. Could have a lot of runs coming into play. And now Death Before Dishonor takes over second place and could be flirting with still in the lead. So we'll stay right here on all this action. Overhead view. Got 23 laps remaining here in stage number 1. Another pit stop is required. So we'll see how it all plays out. Typical king of the pit stops all season. He won this set of pit stops. Him and Death Before Dishonor, the big movers of the race. Big loser on those pit stops was the 18 of Henson, running up in the top 4, real close to the leaders. Pit a few laps before the leaders, and now he finds himself way off the pace compared to where he was. But typical moves from second to first off the pit stops. Death Before Dishonor moving from 3rd to 2nd. Billy Holcomb loses down from the lead to 3rd, and that is what our leaders' green flag pit stops ended up looking like. Back through the field, got Dunlap, Big Ben, Cork Mob in the 51 right here, all in turn 1, 2, and 3. I think it's Slowpoke in the 9 behind him as he finds a little bit of wall. Alex in the 96 Toyota, and G-Dog right in front of him. The 17, there's Monkey Wins in his Ford 4 Mustang. Smitty in the 51, Hollywood in the 14. Been a quiet night for the Holly of Wood. Escarillo meets his maker on the pistons of his engine, and Billy Holcomb still finds himself in 3rd at this moment. This is the bigger end 250 from Texas Motor Speedway. As always, sponsored by SKU Car. Everything's bigger in Texas, as though they say. And speak of SKU Car, there he is. Good racing out of the top 3 here. Henson learned a hard lesson on the pit stop, but the top 3 here, all couple of them pit on different laps. I think Death Before Dishonor and Billy pit on the same lap. Typical was the last of the pit movers up front here. Big move coming out of somebody for this pit stop. As we'll see how deep into the run somebody'd like to take it. Loose cars coming up, I can only imagine. Here comes Death Before Dishonor, giving up that second place, possibly setting up a pit here in a couple of laps. I thought I saw him get loose there on 3 and 4. He could not trust that car as much as he'd like to right now. So we'll see what he's got in plan. These pit stops are going to be huge. That was a good shot there. Death Before Dishonor possibly pitting right here. And I feel like this would run along the lines of Henson's strategy. If Henson has not already went back into pit. Oh, here he goes. That's what I was saying. Right on cue. What a good broadcaster I am. All right, battle for the lead here before pit stop, the last pit stop of stage number 1. So do not have an accurate lap count at the moment. So Billy was your leader early on, and then he lost that to Typical on the last pit stop in this stage. Second pit stop coming up, and Typical's in the lead. I can only imagine that Billy is going to go down with him. As we get us a lap count right here. That would be 14 laps remaining. Stage number 1 with these two still having to pit. Death Before Dishonor coming out of the pits right here. Possible speeding penalty there from him. Oh! Don't know if these two got into each other or not. Death Before Dishonor certainly going to be faster than these two. That could put a hurting on Billy Holcomb's pitting strategy against Typical here. Death Before Dishonor is on these fresh tires. He needs those laps back. If these guys aren't pitting in front of him, which Billy looking like he might, Typical also looking like he swerved down there. This is going to be interesting. Death Before Dishonor only a lap or 2 laps further on his tire. Billy staying out on the track. Feels like he could probably gain a little bit of time here on the 2. Typical strategy was pit after everybody. So Billy Holcomb maybe ripping the page out of Typical's book and going to try to regain the lead on the pit stop, just like Typical had done on the last cycle. Henson and Death both had pit already, and I don't think Henson was close enough to strike off the pit stops in this stage after the cycle through on the first pit. Billy goes down now for his service. I do believe Death Before Dishonor only was a lap down, so he would be on the lead lap, coming around for what I would imagine would be the lead this time by. As we watch him come off of 4 down the front stretch. And we'll see who ends up taking this lead. As I've seen a bunch cycle through, no one took it on my back stream yet. As Death Before Dishonor could have been in more trouble than I thought. Yeah, I believe he did get a speeding penalty. Alright, so the 10 actually came back out as the leader. So he rips the page out of Typical's book? No. Sorry, a little bit of delay. That's going to be Typical and Henson. There you go. Henson, though, he's on that same strategy as Death Before Dishonor. Or same lap, rather. So we'll see if that earlier pit is going to bite him again. Billy is in attacking position here late in this stage. And there's about 10 to go. 9 to go here, so Typical possibly going to run off at this stage. We're down in the single digits to go now, stage number 1. The yell. Give me another Miller up. Kyle Busch is an ass. Alright. There's Henson losing second place to Billy. Billy, though, on that fresher tire, I mean, even though it maybe is a lap or two, he could be trying to run down that 2 car right here. And Typical might not be all the way safe. You see the 2 go through, then Billy and Henson. We're getting down to it. Going to be 5 to go this time by stage number 1. As always, thanks to all of you that support us here at Ruthless Racing. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series at Texas, bigger in 250. Everything's bigger in Texas, if you know what I mean. Brought to you by SKU Car. And, yeah, thanks for everybody's support all the time. Typical leading with 4 to go now. 4 to go. Billy in tow, trying to chase him down, though. Sorry, I think I'm spitting bars. So, look at that 10 car. He's chasing, and he's catching. It doesn't look like so over here. But then you watch this, and you're like, oh, maybe a little bit. And then you go back to this. You're like, what? But you watch this one, they look so much closer. Objects in the camera are closer than they appear. Alright, coming down to it. 3 laps remaining here in stage number 1. Typical out to the lead. Look how close they look right there. The 10 is 100% fueled by bacon grease. Look at that. Power bots. Bacon power bots. Alright, Alex does not want to lose a lap so late in stage number 1 with possible cars laps down ahead of him. I don't know if anybody is off the lead lap yet. This is the last lap of stage number 1. Here goes Alex, a lap down. Billy coming up. Going to have to take the outside. Alex going to remain inside. That's the line that these guys have not been running all night. 10 car going to come out of there smooth as can be, though. Last time in turn 3 and 4 in stage number 1. The 2 car out to about a 4 car length lead. Looks like he may hang on if everything's all smooth out of 4. And stage number 1 is going to go to Typical after Billy had a very strong case early on in stage number 1. The pit stop cycles just proved too much, as that 2 car is very good on pit road. Got a fast team with the air gun and the jack and all that stuff. He's got the jack. Shout out AC/DC. But that will be your stage 1 finish. Typical getting the stage. Billy Holcomb not far behind. Henson taking 3rd. The Tuesday winner, Cork Mob, going to be in 4th. Dunlap going to round up the top 5. Slowpoke Racer, Big Ben, Hollywood, and Death Before Dishonor, and Monkey Wins going to round up the top 10 in stage number 1. G-Dog, Smithy, Alex, and are going to finish after 10th, and Alex will be the only car lap down, so he will get his free pass. We'll be moving on to stage number 2 here at the Bigger End 250 from Texas, your Ruthless Racing Pro Series right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Billy is going to be second place on this restart. Typical going to be on the point. Henson in third. Cork in fourth, going to jump down in front of Dunlap very quickly. Billy going to be left to the outside for this moment. And I think that's where he's going to be racing for most of this lap, is out there on the outside. That could be detrimental to being up here whenever these 2 pit stops take place later on in the race. They run up there, got the 10, a little bit of air. We'll see if he's able to draw back off door to door. He's going to sneak right in there, back in the 4th place. Tuesday winner Cork Mob up to 3rd. Stage 2 restart right here from Texas. Destroy the sights and sounds and see if anybody wrecks. Oh no, I've seen some issues. Dangerous situation there for that 5. That looks scary. Henson hanging on to second like it's $1 million. Oh, until he got up the track there a little bit. Billy, I think, gracious enough to let him back down. Top 3 lining back out. Slowpoke Racer goes up to the outside. It's going to allow Cork Mob and 2 others to go down to the inside. I believe Hollywood finally has found his way up here to the front of the pack, as he's making the move on the inside on the 9, a Slowpoke Racer back here. Your top 7, rather, very close. The rest of the top 10 not far off one another back there. Door-to-door racing for the lead. Henson takes the lead for a brief moment. Coming out of 4, a very deadly turn for some drivers. Everybody hangs on to it. Henson going to lead a lap. Got Billy pushing hard on his rear end. Death before dishonor. And Cork Mob top. Oh, we got a couple up break around. Cork Mob and Hollywood. Death before dishonor. We have a wreck. And that's going to bring out the caution. All right, turn 1 and 2. Problems. Some tight racing there out of that top 7, and someone hit the apron, and that was all she wrote. All right, caution brought to you by SKU Car. We'll get back to you on this restart. First caution of the day, stage number 2. This is the Ruthless Racing Pro Series at Texas. All right, incident number 1 brings out yellow flag number 1, and the lead goes to Billy. Got Henson on his outside, typical, trying to close up 3rd here. Slowpoke Racer trying to get down in front of Dunlap, who is the rounder upper of the top 5. Alex tries to find a hole back there. Big Ben closes the door quickly. Death before dishonor tight on his rear back there. It's the battle for 5th or so. Couple guys getting hung up to the outside. Billy going to be racing the outside once again. So will Henson join him this time. Dunlap moved up the track. Big Ben moves into fourth. Could have a big problem right here coming out of 4. Absolutely phenomenal racing. Three wide back here in the pack. Door to door. One court gets bumped down. Oh, we got a few off track. Oh, it could be a big one. Oh, yeah, 18. Henson's around. He gets plowed in the rear end. That's definitely going to bring out a manual caution nonetheless. Game initiated. That will be caution number 2. I seen that one spicing up. Still only one car met by the hand of the piston. It was Nash Carrillo in his debut, unfortunately. But most debut drivers do not get a full race engine. So if you make it the full race as a new driver, you might have did something. Billy going to try it again on the point, typical to his outside this time. Slowpoke Racer in 3rd. Henson was a part of that crash. That put him way back while Big Ben takes over 4th. Alex now in 5th on this restart. And yeah, cautions breed cautions, and we'll see how this works out. Get some tight racing at a track like Texas. Couple tricky turns. Some people can attack 3 and 4 full throttle. Some drivers not so much. Slowpoke Racer sticks his nose up here, says, I want to lead a lap. 9's up here looking to do so. And it was close, but I think the 9 got him a lead lap in there. Good job, Slowpoke Racer. And it is still door to door, 2 lanes wide here in stage number 2. Billy down to the inside on Slowpoke, and he's going to try. He's going to try to hang in there at 3rd. That is some good tight racing out of these fellas. Some sure dicey stuff coming down that back stretch off of 2. Hollywood finds himself, he was in the first accident, finds himself in 3rd now. Too bad he qualified all the way back here. We gotta go chasing for him. Cork Mob going to find himself on the inside. I don't think Hollywood gave him the room. Cork Mob goes up the track. Death Before Dishonor able to avoid him. That's going to kind of spread those guys apart back there. And getting shifty coming down the back stretch. Cork trying to hang on to his positioning. And, yeah, he's fighting for everything out there on the outside, but he's just going to draw it nearly 4 wide back here. Absolutely insane back here. Henson desperately trying to fight his way back up the field. Has a great car, and he's having to fight all the way back through the field here. As you can see, he makes a move on the inside of the 96. Unfortunately, it's going to allow Slowpoke, Dunlap, Big Ben, and G-Dog probably all to pass the 96. One loose down to the inside coming off of 4. He did get some grass, but I don't think he grabbed any ass when he came out of there. So it's all good. Oh, someone got bumped up back there. Texas would just be Atlanta too, you know, be Atlanta again. Hollywood to the inside on Typical. I think Typical got some wall. So he's going to move back to 3rd, and he's going to be at threat of being a part of that mosh pit of stock cars behind him. You see Henson still trying to make work of all these guys as he works up through the field. Death Before Dishonor pushed out of that line to the outside. Cork Mob holding up Henson a little bit here as he is fighting for that 4th spot. He's been hanging on to it for some laps now. Henson looking to the inside. Going to have to hold that bottom. Good racing out front from these guys as we have 27 laps remaining in stage number 1. Enough cautions here in this stage. I believe maybe only one more pit stop would be in order to make it through. So Typical has hung on to 3rd place, and he's avoided that bum rush of cars behind him. Hollywood snuck up to 2nd, and he just stuck his nose in the bumper of that 10 and tried to get away from everybody. Didn't work, though. Good fast group coming up behind them. This could make the battle for the lead a 6-car race before we know it. Cork Mob and Slowpoke Racer maybe not the best of days on the track, but they have been competitive all throughout the race. They just had a few incidents here and there. They could piece a good race together here, especially with a lot of room for strategy. Oh, Death Before Dishonor. Henson, a little contact, I believe, and that's going to make that battle for 4th door to door. Slowpoke also moves down to the inside. Henson whips it down real quick. Shuts the door. Henson now rounds up your top 5. Death Before Dishonor in 4th. Takes the high side of the track through the home stretch. Possibly gives that position right back up. Really good racing out of these guys. I feel like all the cautions have been from just good, hard racing. Someone just missing their mark. We got a lot of battles around the track. You see this battle here. It's between Big Ben, G-Dog, Alex, and Monkey. So Hollywood not so much on that bumper of the 10 anymore. A little more space. Your car destiny. Thanks to everybody who's joining. Has joined. Please like the stream, comment something. Who you think's going to win the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race in NASCAR? Now, who you think's going to win this one? One of the longest races in the Ruthless Racing Series. Only a couple 500s we take on, which would be 250 miles to us. So Coke 600 on rain tires, is that what I'm hearing? Typical finds himself back up to 3rd. Hollywood has moved a little closer to that 10 car. I think he's going to be at threat of losing 2nd place, though very soon. I believe Typical is starting to come around. Hollywood maybe a little tight on the exits. Could be what has been causing him issues the last few laps to lose the bumper of that 10. Nonetheless, Typical is threatening with another 3-car tandem right behind them, led by Henson. Typical is all over the bumper of that 14 now. Good line out of the 14 there. Oh, he's probably not giving Typical all the room he wants. Oh, Typical going to try to stick his nose below on the quarter panel of the 14. And he's going to make the pass here in 1 and 2. Hollywood snaps it back to attention quite quickly. And basically him and Typical just trade spots right through there. Typical on a hot one, possibly looking to stick his nose inside the quarter panel of the 10, coming up in a lap or so. Oh, pits. Okay. Man, I was about to get my, oh my God, they wrecked voice out. But all good. Just some pits. Don't be doing this. Is this an Android thing? Is that what y'all are doing? A lot of guys out here getting their service here for stage number 2 will be the last required stop of the stage. Do the 5, do the 5. Y'all behave yourselves, okay? Alright, 19 was the leader whenever he went around. And he is now on pit road. Let's see who passes him for the lead whenever they all get back around here. If you guys still have not pit, some guys pit earlier. 19 still your leader at the moment. Still waiting on that cycle around. Could be a big move here by the 19. Here they come. So is that Hollywood? Did he get all the way out ahead of these guys? It is. It's Hollywood. I sound so surprised. So there's your leader so far. Typical and Holcomb, though, behind him on a good one. I believe we're around 12 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Hollywood's not as well versed in YouTube as I am, so I know what all this means. I speak YouTube code. Like a Navajo wind talker back in the 40s. I know what the fuck's going on. Oh, Billy! Off the wall. Gonna allow Typical to take over second place back, or to regain second place to the inside. Yeah, I do speak SeatGeek code. If you want tickets to events, any event on SeatGeek, you can use code SKEWCAR at checkout for 20% off your first ever purchase. Remember, that's code SKEWCAR at checkout on SeatGeek for your first ever purchase. And save 20%. Oh, $20. I'm sorry. $20. 20 fucking dollars. $20. Not 20%, goddammit. Honestly, somebody might speak John Deere lawn care code. Not really. Oh, Hollywood! As you know, John Deere shows up, almost gets him a customer. Okay, but Billy Holcomb now, the leader. And Hollywood trying to fend off Typical. Once again, I felt like before the pit stops, this was the same exact situation. Stage number 2 here, though. And stage number 1 went to Typical. No more pit stops required if we stay green. The Bacon Power Bots 10 car. Looking strong. Powerful, some might say. Got 7 to go right here. Stage number 2. Typical making a move to the inside on Hollywood through 1 and 2. Henson, Death Before Dishonor still battling for 4th and 5th back there. It's the battle for 5th place. The battle for 2nd, which I believe was just fully won right there on that turn. Hollywood, bad turn off the wall out of the exit. He's just going to be looking to hang on to 3rd now. Try it, ravioli, ravioli. Give me the amaroli. Hi, I'm Eric Amarola, and I spell my name weird on the first and last one. Battle for 5th, or 4th, rather, will go to Death Before Dishonor at this moment. Go Celtics. Which I've seen that one before. I've seen that big lead before. So, they ain't gonna fool me. I'm not even watching them. I hope they win by 100, but I won't watch it. It's fair languages to speak. All right, we're getting down in the big old state of Texas. As stage number 2 is at 3 to go. And battle for 2nd. Battle for 2nd heating up. Billy Holcomb jumped out to a respectable margin of a lead here. Hollywood finding some loose points off on this one. Two to go, I believe. Could be 1 to go. This will be your last lap. Billy Holcomb coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Stage number 2. Stage 1 to Typical. Stage 2 to the 10. Second place goes to Typical. Battle for 5th and 4th and all that was very tight coming to the line. And here's some more battles as we go throughout the rest of the stage. A lot of guys coming through the line. And that'll be stage number 2. And that'll belong to the 10-car Billy Holcomb, your pole sitter. After Typical took stage number 1, Typical will take second place. Hollywood third, Death Before Dishonor fourth, Henson, and rounding up the top 5, Slowpoke, G-Dog, Big Ben, Dunlap Racing, and Monkey Wins rounding up the top 10. I think that's 2 10th place finishes in a row for Monkey Wins. All right. Stage break brought to you by Skew Car Pit Stops by Everything NASCAR. When we get going in stage number 3, we're going to do a silence restart. And we're just going to let it happen unless, something happens. And, yeah, so we're going to get right here off the front of Billy. And we're going to let it happen right here. Billy on the point with Typical out next to him. Death Before Dishonor taking over third. Let's go. Ruthless restart. Stage 3 at Texas. I prefer Skew Car use his abilities on those two. I'll just be honest with you. But Henson, the leader, couple cycled through there. Had Death Before Dishonor up in the lead there for a brief moment, but Henson was the one who stuck when it all was said and done. And if I'm Henson here, these 2 pit stops in this stage, yeah, I think Henson might have learned a thing or 2 off the first 2 stages. So we'll see. This race is not over. And, we had 2 stages go to 2 different drivers. It hasn't been happening a lot here in our Pro Series. So we could be down for something awesome. Oh, Typical touched the wall. It's going to allow Billy, Hollywood, Death Before Dishonor, and Slowpoke Racer all to freight train him on the inside. Big freight train in Texas. All right. Oh, Death got a little loose there, I think. Oh, no. He lagged out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I believe someone else. Oh, your Tuesday winner. Also out. Alright. Texas, long race. Tough one to get through. Here's Billy Hollywood working hard on the bumper of Henson. Slowpoke Racer tagged along with Typical. And something happened to that 2-car there on that entry. I think we're burning down to a big finish here in Texas. Only a couple cautions here so far tonight. The race up here at the front is getting dicey. Hollywood to the inside with Slowpoke Racer. Typical kind of just running middle air here. Henson still your leader. Hollywood is going to clear to the inside on the 10. Take over second place. Slowpoke Racer threatening to take over third from Billy. Typical up to the high side to work with the 10. It's going to make it a door-to-door race from second place to fourth place, or fifth place rather. Looks like 6th through 10th are lined up fairly well coming up the track. They could catch these leaders with all this racing going on door to door. They've made up a lot of time already. Slowpoke Racer going to move up to third. Hollywood now second. Henson still the leader. Turn 4 getting loose. John Deere Lawn Care is going to apply to somebody here. It might be Monkey Wins in the 4. Monkey able to get it back on the track though. Good deal. Monkey Mows. Yep. Where'd all my banana trees go? Top 5 tight race. Back part of the top 5. Just about as tight. Oh, Henson, don't know what happened. Looked a little odd there. Nothing comes of it though. Billy and Typical, 2 great strong cars. The winners of the first 2 stages finds themselves in 4th and 5th at the moment. Henson possibly learned a lot on the pit cycles. My allergies are absolutely destroying me. Be Wazall, take Zazal, but they don't friggin' work. Some great racing out of these guys tonight. Big fan of what we got going on here at Texas. Oh, Slowpoke. Don't know if he just got knocked out of the line or what. Or maybe going to go take that first pit stop. Everybody getting out of the way. No, he just got knocked out of order. And but somehow able to sneak right back into third. We'll get us a lap count this time around. Waiting on our boy to get around the track. Remember, in race view from Monkey Wins Super Flow Racing 2811 on YouTube. That is the username. Hey, look at our K Bush RCR up in here. Good stuff. Appreciate you joining us. That's just the Ruthless chat. Yeah, Henson, your leader, followed by Hollywood, Slowpoke Racer, Billy Holcomb, who was your Stage 2 winner, and then Typical, who was your Stage 1 winner. Typical also most of your race winner. Hollywood, don't know what happened there. Don't know if that was a pit signal. Oh! 19 off the wall! Could the caution come out? Don't see one. Nobody pit. Hollywood up to the lead. Slowpoke Racer to the lead. Hollywood stuck out on the outside. We just got kind of weird out there. That's awesome, K-Bush. This is a little bit of a long race, so you caught a lot of action. First pit stops of the stage taking place. Henson going to go in early again. I don't know if I agree with this move. Don't know if I can agree with that after what we learned earlier on in the race. That 9, he's been getting loose down this backstretch. We'll see if that was a pit signal for him. Could have been. Everybody got high around him. And that will be a pit for the 9. Henson in there. Typical. Still on track. Hollywood, your leader. Followed by Billy in the 10. Billy been a good, strong competitor here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series since he's been here. In his first 2 races, he was in the top 3. Little touch there, maybe. Got the 14 off the wall. Don't think the 10 or the 2 are going to be pitting this time. Maybe the 14 was just going to pit this time. Oh, all these guys are going to pit. Hollywood goes off the... Don't know if he got in there good or not. Henson back on track. This will provide the lead for him, I believe. If he got in cleanly on his pit stop. He'll be gaining a lap back right here. I don't think. It's gonna be too close for him, I think. Got Slowpoke Racer coming out right now. Henson could be passing him for a lot of time. Good racing here, though. Hey, Ethan up in here. Good stuff. Good to see you again. Animal, what's up? Good little crowd in here. See all these guys coming off pit road. That was your leading crew. And that is Henson, who is now taking over the lead. He does have a good stretch on these guys, but they all have fresher tires and they'll be lined up. He's more or less just a pack of M&Ms on the dash of your car in the middle of June. Season 4, good stuff. Good to hear that. Yeah, been nice green flag runs here tonight. I believe we have two required pit stops in each stage, and I think we've hit every required pit stop but one under green flag. 2 cautions, I think, altogether. Henson, your leader, jumped out here pretty good on the pit strategy. Like I said, I didn't agree with it. I still don't. Just don't think he's going to have that car to last out to making that second stop if we stay green. And then be some sort of a threat here at the end. Not doubting Henson's ability. I'm just doubting his strategy. But he is the leader at the moment and putting down laps. With 35 laps remaining right now here in this race. Only one more pit stop separates what kind of strategy or mistake could happen, barring any kind of caution or an accident, obviously. But still strategy to be played out here, you know. I imagine everybody's going to be running at least 15 more laps on what they've got. So we'll see what it takes. I think if you try to go the full tank run, you go in short pit or however you like to look at it. I do not think that's going to come out to your favor towards the end, those guys, if they pit later and take 4 tires, they're going to be on less fuel, fresh tire, and they are going to be fast. So they're going to chase you down in a hurry. You would have to have a much larger lead than what Henson has came out here with on that sort of strategy he's running a part of. Once again, don't doubt the man's ability at all. As you can see, he's hung on to the lead thus far. But those cars with fresher tire and, 2 cars working against one, they're catching him rather quickly. And I'm just saying we'll see how this plays out once we get to the end, because I do believe we're going to have what could come down to a near photo finish here at Texas. It's been that way all evening long. Your 2 stage winners back there just behind the leader right now. And they've caught him off the pit cycle. Billy goes down to the inside. Turn number 1. Will Typical follow? He kind of plays middle air once again. Typical good at that. Goes down to the low side on exit. Pushes Henson back out to the outside. Follows in behind Henson for turn 3. It's going to allow Henson to go back and grab the bottom. The faster car probably is Typical here. As we see it again, move back to the inside. Henson snapping that door shut rather quickly. He knows he's got to stay up here. He's got to be on the pace. I feel like at this point the 2 car is suffering behind the 18. Here's Slowpoke and Hollywood. This is a battle for 4th and 5th. Top 5 battle, rather. Apologize, controller died, but here we are, we're back. Alright, Henson closes that gap back up to the leader, and now it's basically just like they traded spots. Good battle up here though. 24 Racing Fan, what's up? Thanks for joining. We've got I'd say about 28 laps to go here in stage number 3 from Texas. It's the bigger end 250. Everything's bigger in Texas, if you know what I mean. Howdy, partner. That's how I should have dressed you. I apologize. Where is my Texan hospitality? Skew Car's gonna be back. Ethan is back, so there you go. Trade spots. Is Skew Car and Ethan Trendler the same person? Come back next week to find out on the next episode of Ruthless Racing Pro Series. That's right, Skew Car is the legend. Henson goes back to the lead, and then Typical makes a couple moves, and he goes to the lead. And now Henson looking to bounce all the way back to 3rd. Now I'm just saying I feel a lot better about Henson's strategy now that he has fought for his position like this. He burned a lot of laps off of these guys on his own strategy. That was very good racing out of the 18 there. Like I said, I didn't doubt his ability. I doubted his strategy. And he made the strategy kind of come to him a little bit here. He's going to have that draft off the 10. How long he's able to stay up here with these guys is unknown without the push. So we'll see. I guess now it does come all the way down to ability to hold that car. as we will try to get 23 laps at the line, I think, thanks to Monkey Windstream. That is Superflow Racing 2811. That is the username. So yeah, once again, feel a lot better about that Henson strategy. I think he needs to run it just a tad bit longer this time. But yeah, I think he's on to something here. Could see one of our first races go to each stage go to 3 different people. So yeah, we'll see how this is going to play out towards the end. Another pit stop still looming. As whenever they get back to the line, it'll be 26 laps remaining. So everybody's going to be running at least 6 more laps, at least out here, before they go take a pit. Billy off the wall. Henson there to kind of save him, but he's going to go to the inside. This could be terrible. Oh no, Henson thinks better of it. He knew if he went to the inside and battled the 10 right there, that was home free for the 2. He knew if he battled that 10, it was over for both of them. Henson could be looking to pit any moment whenever we get back to lap 20. So, when we get to lap 20 to go, rather. Looks like Slowpoke not in the race anymore either. That's 4 cars that have met their maker. Oh, got some pitting. I think, yeah, that got the 66 out of whack there. That would have messed me up too. So there goes Henson. Yeah, he went to pit. Yep, right at lap 20 to go. He went in there. Unfortunate, all these cars that have met their maker, or the bad side of their maker rather. Hollywood on pit road. Billy Holcomb back on the track. Typical is out here where they honestly could have never pit yet. We're getting down to it though. There comes your pit from the leaders. So somebody will come around and somebody will be the leader. That could be Henson. He could stretch it out here. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. All right, so Henson is the one I'm watching here. As Hollywood comes off pit road, that could be a good pit there for Hollywood. We'll catch. We'll see what happens. Leader's still on pit road. Oh, I believe we had one car having an issue. This car here of Alex was having an issue. I missed it. Hollywood not far from Henson, but not great either. Oh, Henson comes around. Gonna be up to speed on Billy, but that lead for Typical gonna be about the same as it was. So here we go. Could be 3 cars trying to fight for something here. Thanks to everybody who's joining. Please like the stream, comment something that you like about the race that you're seeing, or something you'd like to see at the race Sunday during the Coca-Cola 0600. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel from Texas. The bigger end, 250. Everything's bigger in Texas, if you know what I mean. We're coming down to it, though. Inside 20 to go. And who is your leader? None other than Typical in that 2. Coming off the green flag pit stop cycle. I feel like Billy and Henson can work together and can catch the 2. But it's going to take every one of these laps with 14 to go. Can only imagine there will also be the burnout rule this evening. So make it 13 to go at the line. For those of you who don't know what the burnout rule is, we stop the last lap of our race is the checkered flag, and then the guy goes around, gets a burnout if he wins, and then he crosses the line, which will finish the race officially. But the race officially ends on the last lap, not through the last lap. And now it's only going to come down to the long run for these guys, I do believe. Unfortunate for Henson. Looks like third is going to be it. Unless something happens to that 10 car in front of him. And, yep, those pit stops, they're just tough. They're tough to beat this 2 car on. He's very good on those pit stops. $11 laps remaining. Typical looking for win number 10, double digits on the season if he gets this one. Believe it or not, he has not won every stage. Nor did he used to. Typical used to be known for winning the first 2 stages and losing the race, or losing the first 2 stages and winning the race. But this season he turned all that around, and he's been winning all the stages and the race. He broke the curse. But tonight he won stage number 1, the car chasing him down, and number 10 of Billy Holcomb won stage number 2. And Typical trying to put the check out the window for the end of this one. As we got 10 remaining right there at the line. Thanks, everything. Have a good one, man. It's always fun. That's right. Oh, Typical is having that kind of way out here. Looking for win 10. Lap car between the leader and second place here. A lot of space between that lap car and second place. Getting down to it, 6 to go. Oh, lap car just going to go through the dirt. Hopefully he keeps it out of the way, and he does. He's got some more guys showing up. There's Hollywood, you see him. I believe he's in 4th. He could try to get something on Henson, maybe. There's 1st and 2nd, and that's the gap. You got 5 laps remaining. Billy not going to give up. He's going to hold that wheel steady. He's going to try to catch the 2 Typical. But he's going to have 4 laps to do so. Got some traffic that might come up into play. Got some guys battling for position up front of these guys. I think that's G-Dog and Monkey possibly going at it in front of the leaders here. Just in 3 and 4 now. There'll be 3 to go whenever they get back to the line. Those 2 lap cars up there battling. They could catch these guys before we get all said and done. I don't know how many times I said that in the same sentence, but there you go. I thought this finish was going to be a lot closer, but 2 to go, and I'm not seeing that. The gap is going to be too much to tame, I think. As we come back out of 3 and 4, going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go. We try that. 1 lap to go, presented by Skew Car. All right, good stuff. Been a really good race. All the racing has been real tight. This last stint of pit stops, and we got spread out, which has unlocked the rest of the race. Most of the green flag pit stops, it was close. And there you go. That'll be your Texas Bigger End 250 winner, the 2 of Typical, followed by Billy Holcomb in the 10. Henson, I believe, takes home 3rd. Hollywood was 4th, I do believe, he survived all the way around. Unfortunately, we had a lot of guys lag out. But there is your Texas winner. We'll watch him try to go down through here and give us a burnout. He should just go through here and down gear through the grass. And once again, this is more for the driver than the stream. You don't really get to do burnouts on the video game, so we try to offer that to our drivers. Obviously, as you can see, we don't get all that smoke and dirt that he is seeing, but nonetheless, 10th win for the 2 car. 3rd place finish, just another podium for the Henson. The 18, Billy, comes back and gets back on the podium. And Typical, we're going to finish out your race as the leader. Billy Holcomb 2nd, Henson 3rd, Hollywood 4th, and I think Big Ben finishing 5th. So we'll get us an accurate finish right here. Typical, Billy Holcomb, Henson Racing, Hollywood 4th. Big Ben finishes up 5th. 6th will go to Dunlap. Mucky wins 7th. G-Dog 8th. Alex in 9th. And Smitty in 10th. Did not get the rest of them there. Let's see here. We'll go Slowpoke was in 11th. Death Before Dishonor, Cork Mob, and Nascarillo. Once again, thanks to Monkey Wins. Superflow Racing 2811 on YouTube. Please, everybody, like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And yeah, we're getting up there into the subscriber count, so thanks everybody. We're waiting for all of our top 3 to get back in here. Been a pretty active chat tonight. Appreciate everybody. Try to check and see who's in here. All right, so we do have Henson in here. Can one of y'all add Billy if he somehow isn't in here?
I got you.
All right, cool.
He's in. No, he's not. I got him. There he is.
All right, cool deal. All right, so Henson finished third. Uh, told told the stream I didn't fully agree with all your pitting strategy. It never doubted your ability, but I did not agree with some of the strategy. The last pit or the pit stop before last, I felt like you did real good at fighting for your position and staying up there real close to Billy and Typical in stage 3. And just what happened on that last pit stop that caused you to fall back to third like you did?
Well, before I was kind of an idiot, to be honest. I should have just let those guys go around me, and instead of trying to lead a bunch of laps. I didn't really realize that I was burning as much fuel as I was out front, but I kind of had to short pit that one, and then Billy got the wall a little bit coming out of 4, I think, and I kind of got him, and I got like 2 point something seconds extra on my pit stop, and that was the 2 seconds that I needed. I probably would have been out in front of them, and then they would, of course, they would have had better tires, but overall, I wasn't gonna just give it up, But overall, a really good race, and I had a blast. That was really fun. Those guys are really quick. And, shout out to Ty and Billy, 1 and 2.
Yeah, good race out of everybody out there. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just a couple cautions, looked like it was a product of hard racing.
Yeah.
And
Also, I want to throw out that I did go to the rear and drove my way back all the way to finish third. So that's an accomplishment. I
hey,
wanted to
we
win it.
seen
But
that. We watched you go back up through the field there on that after getting in that accident. But yeah, you put together another great race. Just unfortunately, it didn't produce the fruit that you would like it to. But nonetheless, great day for you out there.
thank you, Stu.
Yep, no problem. And certainly somebody who was given Typical a bead of sweat on his eyebrow tonight was old Billy Holcomb driving the 10 car. Finished his second. Got him a stage 2 win, though. Many times during this race looked like he was the car to beat. But in the end, the pit stops go to Typical, who's just so daggone good getting in and out of that service lane. But yeah, Billy, just take us through your race, and what do you feel like could have went different for you and maybe got you a win?
Car was really good. I didn't practice a whole lot for it because I already knew what I had. I did run the practice race here. I think it was Monday, and I tried a couple things with pits, and it just didn't work out. So just kind of come into mindset tonight. Just put the best foot forward. Car was just a little bit tight early in the runs, but as the run went on, the car kind of freed up a little bit, and I was able to drive, pretty much put the car wherever I wanted. I figured if I could just get some clean air, I'd be fine. And like Henson said, right there, I think it was right there before the last pit. I got a little bit loose when I was behind Typical there, and I kind of brushed the wall a little bit, and Henson got into me there and kind of messed both of us up there some, but. I was fighting, man. I just couldn't get nothing. Ty wasn't really getting anything off pit road either. I mean, it was about the same times. He was just right there at the very end. I think just by me tapping the wall and him just a little bit ahead of me there, I just couldn't get back to the bumper of him. But great race overall. Congrats to Henson and Typical on the win.
Yeah, nothing short for you either, though. Good race out of you. Able to steal one of those stages from Typical and avoiding another sweep by that daggone 2 car. But yeah, but once again, thanks for racing with us, Billy. It's always great to watch you out there competing with those guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for broadcasting. Great job, man.
All right, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. And here comes the one we don't really got to introduce, but whatever. But win number 10, so we'll give him that, double digits on the year now for Typical. And so what do you got to speak on that?
That's number 10 right there?
Yeah, that was number 10.
Oh, hell yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Cheater.
Stage? What? What did you say? Yeah, well, cheating. Yes.
Well, yeah. So win number 10, pretty dominant season. You broke the curse of winning the first two, losing the race, or losing the first two, winning the race, yada yada. So, you know, how's it feel now to reach 10 wins and all that other stuff implicated? Probably well on your way to the regular season championship.
Um, it feels really good, I guess. I didn't start the season expecting to have, have this good of a run. I guess you can call me Kyle Larson in 2020.
Someone actually mentioned that in the chat earlier.
Yeah. Well, he's my favorite driver, so try to
There
copy
you
him.
go. Modeling after a current great. But yeah, next week, very tough track. No, a lot of guys are good at it, but I hear, you're pretty tough there. Martinsville regular season finale. How do you feel about that one?
I don't know. I want to see what these other guys are running. I know Henson and probably Hollywood would be good there. I, I don't know. I would go in there expecting the best outcome that I can get.
Well, that's right. Anybody need to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Billy and Henson, and they come in every week and put up a fight. I didn't think tonight I had the best car, but Billy kind of slipped up there coming out of four, and I thought he got back to me on pit road, and I had a bad pit stop, and I was praying that he also had a bad pit stop, and it worked out. And we were dead even. He didn't run me down, but I didn't pull away either. But yeah, shout out to them too.
Yeah, great racing out there from everybody. I felt like it was a 5-car showdown for most of the
Oh, yeah,
race.
shout out to Death too. I think Death could have won if he didn't leg out.
Yeah, he was definitely a tough one. Yeah, mostly a 5-car shootout out there most of the night. Good racing, good car control. Only a couple cautions throughout the whole race. I think they both came in stage number 2. Most of the pit stops were green flagged, but yeah, congratulations to Henson on third, Billy on second, and Typical with the win once again, win number 10. Next week will be the regular season finale taking off at Martinsville. Very tough, small track to get all these guys out on, especially whenever it's coming down to the points at the end of the season, especially over in the Pro-Am Series. Still a battle for the regular season championship up for grabs. And, just make sure you tune in Tuesday. Catch that action at Martinsville with the Pro-Am, and then catch me next Thursday, and we'll get that regular season finale together. But yeah, thanks to everybody who has watched the stream. Up to 825 subscribers now. It's so awesome. Greatly appreciated, everybody. And as always, have a great and wonderful weekend. Enjoy the Coke 600 if it don't get rained out. And rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.